welcome back to another episode of There Will Be Expletives. I'm Jeff.
I'm Ron.
It is a good time to be a fucking Marvel fan, man.
Yes, it is.
We are T-minus 2 days from Jeff not sleeping because I will be up watching Luke Cage. And, dude, how much has Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. crushed Ghost Rider?
Oh, my God. I don't even care that it's not Johnny Blaze, dude.
I think I like this version better just because he's being done so well.
Yeah. Yeah, no, they've... Is it Gabriel Luna?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, dude, he's just knocked it out of the park.
He's badass. Bless their special effects department for doing that effect on a... And it's not something where he's, like, shown in the shadows or only on screen for, like, 5 seconds.
Mm-mm.
He is on screen for, like, 5 minutes at a time.
Yeah, he's in your face.
And it looks badass.
Yeah, it's incredible what they're doing.
I'm so sad that so many people dropped off of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. because hardly anyone, it seems, is actually getting to enjoy what it became.
The Ghost Rider is a big enough character, whether it's Johnny Blaze or not, that could bring some people back just out of curiosity.
I agree with you. I bet I'd be curious to see what their pilot numbers were as far as getting people,
because that first episode hit the ground running, man. It was strong.
And what was in their favor too is a lot of people that quit the show are probably going to be willing to just jump right back in and not feel like they miss anything because they quit the show anyway, and then maybe they'll actually go back and get caught up. But yeah, I'm hoping that's what happens because they've done a really, really good job.
The hour later time slot is working in their favor pretty well too.
Yeah, it's been really, really well done. Let's see. Let's get started with the movie news, Ron. First up, it's a bit of a doozy. Yeah. Jon Favreau is going to be helming a live-action version of The Lion King.
It was only a matter of time, let's be honest.
It's only a matter of time. I actually really, really like the choice because Favreau did The Jungle Book. Didn't you say The Jungle Book was good?
For The Jungle Book, it was good.
What's strange,
if
though...
that made any sense.
What's strange, though, is... It's like... They're both just going to be CGI talking animals and shit in a mixture of CGI and live action.
There's not even any humans in Lion King.
Yeah, it's just it's going to be...
It's just a CGI animated cartoon.
I don't know. The idea of being the person in charge of a live action Lion King seems kind of daunting to me. Like, I wouldn't really know what to do with it.
Yeah, I wouldn't know where to go. I wouldn't know. You have no perspective in front of you. It's just going to be midgets crawling around is all it's going to be in mocap
You have
suits.
to get Nathan Lane and the other guy right. Like, if you don't, there will be riots in the street.
Dude, Jeremy Irons better be voicing Scar.
Oh, that's fucking badass. That's all you got to do.
Because he was Scar in the original, right?
Yeah, that's all you got to do. They can get Mufasa back too. Yeah. I don't know. If it wasn't Favreau, I would give it no chance in hell, but
I think this basically proves that Jungle Book was an experiment to see if they can get away with it before they did this one. It's Jungle Book, no one has any real emotional attachment to, and you have a real person on screen. I don't have much hope for this one, to be honest.
Even with Favreau, I think if anyone can do it, it'll be Favreau.
If anyone can do it, it'll be him. And I love him, but I don't even know where to begin with that. And it's such a beloved thing, even if it's screwed up in the slightest, where it's somewhere in the script or anything. I mean, people are just going to tear it apart.
And it doesn't matter. It's going to make $1 billion even if it sucks. Dude,
true.
Jungle Book made... I believe it was over 900 million worldwide.
Good Lord.
That's the fucking Jungle Book. Lion King is much more popular than the Jungle Book is. It's not even close.
I'll be curious to see what Beauty and the Beast does.
I'm actually much more curious about... It's weird. I like The Lion King much better than Beauty and the Beast, but I think it's a better translation for a live action.
Beauty and the Beast is one of my favorite ones they've ever done. I was never too big a fan of The Lion King.
I think you were a little bit too old for The Lion King when it came out, because I was just about like 4 or 5, I believe, so I was kind of perfect for it. But I don't know. I'm really curious to see what he does with it. I would give it zero chance in hell if it wasn't Favreau, but fucking just Jon Favreau, man, he'll find a way to at least make it watchable. I think
anyone that figures out put a fucking camera inside Iron Man's helmet can pull off Lion King, because that was one of the most genius things in any superhero movie ever done.
Yeah, and anyone genius enough to fucking fight and fight and just scratch and claw to get Robert Downey Jr. of all people in that role, set up the entire multi-billion-dollar industry off one casting decision.
You heard it here. Jon Favreau is responsible for the MCU.
No, Jon Favreau and Kevin Feige, to me, are the two people who are single, because those are the two people fighting for that casting decision. If that casting decision doesn't happen, I don't think we're having a conversation about...
Could you imagine Marky Mark? Because, I mean, he wanted to take over Iron Man.
Yeah, he wanted to take it over. And originally, Tom Cruise was in the casting talks originally. I shit you not. I believe it actually was Tom Cruise.
That casting decision would have made Batman vs. Superman my favorite movie of all time, dude.
But, yeah, when we're talking about badass casting decisions, this next one is pretty badass. Bill Hader is going to be playing Alpha 5 in the Power Rangers movie.
Yeah, dude. Okay, so... The three characters that you see the least on screen are some of the three biggest names right now, which makes sense. But, yeah, I was shocked to see that they didn't just get some Joe Schmo to do Alpha 5 or the original voice. I wonder if that means Alpha 5 plays a bigger part than he usually does.
I could see them using him to kind of spearhead the origin a little bit.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be a big origin story, because that's easier to do for your first movie. This has actually gotten me more excited about this movie than anything, just because I think it was a stroke of genius.
Mm-hmm. Bryan Cranston got me pretty excited for it. I mean, I was already looking forward to it, mostly out of curiosity, but... Well, to me, they showed me they were really getting serious after the Elizabeth Banks casting, and then...
the thing... Okay, Elizabeth Banks and Bryan Cranston are bigger gets for the movie, but this got me more excited, because to me, this is legitimately good casting as well as... Yeah. Because, Elizabeth Banks and Bryan Cranston are awesome and fantastic in their own right, but Bill Hader is a perfect... Robert Downey kind of level casting choice for this character. So this actually got me more pumped than any of it. But
it'd be interesting. He usually has a couple of lines per episode, so for them to go out of the way to get Bill Hader, I wonder if he's playing a bigger part.
Yeah, BB-8 himself. Hopefully he'll have more words and spoken lines than he does BB-8. I love Bill Hader, though. We have a guy from Tulsa is now Alpha 5. That's fucking cool. Let's see. We were talking earlier about the MCU. We got quite a bit of MCU-related stuff. If you have not seen the Doctor Strange posters that released this week, they will melt your brain. It is all that Inception Jeff Crack of all the buildings twisting around the characters.
Oh, my God.
And I actually have a theory about this movie, too.
Do you?
One of the first posters they released is the Wong character. They have a front and center Wong poster up there with the main villain, Cumberbatch, Mordo, and the source.
Wong plays a pretty big part in Doctor Strange's origin, though.
He does, but I think with the character's history about being basically like the manservant type of character, I have a feeling since they're making him front and center, they went out of their way to make him a complete badass, and he's gonna be one of the scene stealers in the movie. I think that's how it's gonna go down.
Probably, because he is the manservant, but he's also more or less one of his teachers.
I think he's going to be a complete badass in that movie. I just have a feeling.
I think everything about that movie is going to be just complete badass. I cannot wait.
While we were talking earlier about some of the things that made the MCU work at the beginning, this is one of the things that actually makes it stay up to par with their quality they've set. They pushed back the production and release date several months just to keep Cumberbatch as the main lead. And that shows you something, because every time we have a casting or director choice for Warner Brothers coming for the DC stuff, it feels like, they're throwing darts at an IMDb ranking
pretty
list.
Much.
And they're just, they're just searching and finding every little thing they can, and either strangely rushing it or it seems like they have no sense of purpose about actually getting it off the ground.
Yeah.
But
Flash and Aquaman.
Cyborg, which may or may not be happening, or is it actually Teen Titans?
Green Lantern, or is it Green Lantern Corps?
How the hell is Teen Titans or Titans not a thing? That is their most marketable thing for kids.
They need to do Teen Titans, I think.
Something.
Because everything's been so dark so far.
Exactly. That is a perfect way to actually branch out.
I think Teen Titans would be brilliant. I mean, they could do it with Titans, but honestly, they'd probably get carried away and make it dark. But
Scott Derrickson, the director for Doctor Strange, said basically the choice the entire time was Cumberbatch. They felt they had a vision, they felt they had their guy, and they waited for it. And then actually, because like not many studios now will push a release date back half a year just for a lead role, especially in a Marvel production, which they can make fucking Carrot Top Doctor Strange, and it's making $500 million worldwide.
Yeah, so it won't matter.
They are dead set on actually making these movies good and following their vision and their gut, and that's what's got them this far.
They got a good thing going. They don't want to kill it now.
Yeah,
they know it'll probably run out eventually, but until then,
what shit.
What will we have left in Hollywood when the MCU implodes?
You will have eventually they will get a video game right, and we'll have 10 years of video game movies, and then we'll get sick of video game movies, and then we're fucked. And then there's nothing left of mine.
I know we've been veering wildly off topic back and forth so far all night, but have you seen the honest trailer for Warcraft yet?
Is it a brand new one they've done?
Yeah,
I have not seen it.
You need to watch it.
I want to watch it.
You're watching it as soon as we're done with this episode. I encourage anyone, whether you saw that movie or not, to seek out that honest trailer.
Is that even on DVD yet?
Yep. Because we were grocery shopping the other day, and I was like, oh, thank God Warcraft is out. That's not on the show.
I think I'm going to rent it. I have to know.
Since you were invested in the game somewhat, I recommend at least watching it. But you're not going to like it.
It's the definition of a fucking train wreck, man. I have to see how it went down.
Exactly.
Like, just to see it for myself, yeah.
There's one scene that almost makes it worth it. That's why I have never told you about it.
Okay. I'm actually really curious to check it out.
It's worth renting for that one scene.
I actually have a Redbox coupon. I'm going to get it for free.
And the honest trailer does not spoil that scene either. I was shocked they didn't mention it.
When we eventually start, we talked about doing movie ratings and having like our certain reviews. Have we had like a discount Tuesday and a shit like that? We have a Redbox coupon is the lowest before passing.
That's the 1 star.
That's the 1 star Redbox coupon. We have one little bit of Marvel casting news before we wrap up the movie news. This one came out of nowhere too. Sam Neill.
This intrigues me.
Sam Neill has been trolling the shit out of fans on Twitter about whether or not he is legitly in Thor Ragnarok. I'm just going to tell you his quotes. This is Sam Neill was recently interviewed by Shortlist. That's where this is all coming from.
I feel like he's punking us.
I'm not really allowed to say this, and I can't tell you what it is. I did a couple of days on Thor just before I came over here. If I say anything else, Marvel's secret agents, and they are lethal, will come and get me, and probably my children too. And then after that, I mean, everyone loves Sam Neill. Everyone loves Marvel movies. So everyone starts, just like lighting up his Twitter. And these are some of his tweets, like, not sure I'm in Thor Ragnarok exactly. I was on set for 4 or 5 days, making tea with Taika Waititi, that's the director, working out with Chris Hemsworth, etc. Here's the thing. Neil, he actually worked with the director of Thor Ragnarok in one of the movies that got the director the job. Like, it's this movie called Hunt for the Wilder People, which I haven't seen, but it's a little indie movie that people really, really love. And it's apparently fucking good.
He did an indie movie and got Sam Neill?
He went from an indie movie that got Sam Neill in it to a fucking Marvel production. So I bet that movie is actually pretty damn good. Yeah. Do you think he's legitimately in the movie, or do you think he's a little cameo? I think he's a cameo, probably.
I think he's probably a cameo or a voice.
Yeah, that would work too. I honestly, even if he is legitimately in the movie, I know so little about Thor, I couldn't even know where to begin on who he'd be playing.
My knowledge of Thor begins and ends at the Thor movies and the Avengers movies.
Basically.
So
even if it's a cameo, it's fucking Sam Neill. I will take Sam Neill in my MCU.
God, yes.
You got Sam Neill in my MCU.
You got MCU in my Sam Neill.
Yeah,
two great tastes that taste great together.
I approve. So let's continue the Marvel theme, but over in TV. This is interesting too. Netflix apparently originally had Iron Fist slated after Jessica Jones, and before Luke Cage. And as soon as everyone saw how fucking awesome Mike Coulter was in that role and everyone loved him so much, they were like, no, fuck you, Iron Fist.
Even Netflix is like, no, you step back, Iron Fist.
Iron Fist is like the Meg of the MCU.
Shut up, Iron Fist.
Who let you back in the house? Now, if they could just do this one more time, just give me my Bernthal, man.
Yeah.
I just want my Punisher, man.
Dude, I want my... I'm sorry, but seeing him in the full costume for 5 seconds in Daredevil is kind of bullshit.
Did you guys finish Daredevil finally?
Oh, yeah, a while back. God, Jeff. Where have you been?
No, you were watching it, and then we never talked about it. I thought since you guys were having to watch it, because you were watching it like an episode every week or two, it seemed like. So it was really delayed. I didn't even know you actually finished it, but...
Yeah. I cannot wait. I want
give me
more Bernthal.
that motherfucking show, man. I want it so bad.
I want Bernthal to be in the Defenders, and then I want something else to happen with like Blade and Punisher.
Yeah, the Marvel Knights Netflix division needs to happen.
Yes.
With fucking Moon Knight and Ghost Rider and Blade and all those badass darker characters like that have like a more supernatural kind of edge to them. Will be fucking fantastic. Morbius would be cool to do.
Oh man,
you could throw a little Morbius and Blade. That would be cool.
That would be cool. The '90s Spider-Man cartoon did that.
Yeah, that would be really cool. They little tie-in.
Yeah, it was Spider-Man, Morbius, and Blade after Blade's
Do you remember
mom.
Punisher had the headband on the cartoon?
Yes,
that dorky ass headband.
He was solid.
If they had in the Punisher Bernthal show, if they had a little joke, an in-joke to that
flashback.
It'd be fucking awesome.
Flashback to when he's like in Iraq or something and he has the headband.
Yeah, I do think you're right. I think Iron Fist is going to end up being probably fucking amazing after all the shit we've talked about it. I think at very minimum...
Okay, for the record, I've got... Technically, I mean, I don't know shit about Iron Fist. I've got nothing against the character. It's Marvel and it's Netflix.
It's going to be damn good.
So it's going to be damn good, even by Netflix standards, because Marvel, it's brilliant casting... After Jon Bernthal Punisher, I don't give a shit.
In that costume with the sniper rifle. All you need to know.
I just
give me that fucking show.
I'm sorry, Iron Fist, but I want fucking... And knowing that they're sitting on the rights to Blade again right now. I'm sorry, Iron Fist. I just don't give a shit.
You're going to love it.
Right, I know. It's going to be...
It's fucking Into the Badlands, basically. You are going to eat it up, and
I don't doubt that.
It's unfortunate. I feel really bad for
I think, here's the thing. You've been pumped for a lot more than the Marvel Netflix stuff than I have, and I still fucking love it. But I have a feeling that since you and I could really take or leave Iron Fist at this point because we want Jon Bernthal and everything else, that it's probably going to blindside us. It's going to be our favorite thing that we've ever seen.
Yeah, it's also a big deal. Like, part of the reason I was so let down by Jessica Jones is because of how hyped I was for it. So when you go in with low expectations, you're more likely to end up liking the thing, you know?
Yeah.
So I feel like Jessica Jones was a perfectly fine TV show. It had some problems, but it was a decent show, and I crucified it because of how fucking well they marketed it.
As I say, they had a fucking like Apple event level marketing campaign
and
going
David
on.
Tennant, actually getting to see him be a bad guy.
Oh man,
yeah, it's just one of those things. I think Iron Fist is going to end up being really, really damn good. What's not going to be damn good? Oh, Hollywood. Here we go. Okay, we need a drop. We need a drop for Hollywood losing their goddamn minds,
dude. Before we say what this is, I just want to remind you that it was just a few episodes ago that the last time we mentioned that this is the golden age of TV, and then shit like this pops up.
It is the golden age of TV for everything not on Fox, NBC, CBS, or ABC outside of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah.
Everything else on those networks
garbage
is absolute dog shit.
And then something you might be interested in is probably on CBS, No Access.
Or I could do an entire podcast every week about how much I hate the concept of CBS Balls Access. I don't even fucking give a shit about that goddamn network anymore. Oh yeah, you want to talk about what this show was? Well, this is rant about something else. Fucking Magnum PI.
Wait for it.
Wait for it. Female lead.
Wait for it.
His daughter. Solving crimes, probably. Partnered up with King Arthur in that spinoff where King Arthur's solving crimes because Hollywood. I didn't even make that up. America. That is a thing that is being discussed in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why? Why?
I don't get it. Does anyone who would be watching even fucking remember Magnum PI?
I just... It's one of those things where it's like, okay, these people are using these brand names. Like Magnum PI and like Lethal Weapon.
They could have done anything and called it anything. There's no reason it needs to be tied into Magnum PI.
Yeah, it's one of those things...
In fact, it won't be. They'll probably just have a cameo in the first episode. And that's it.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's going to be so different. It's like, why did you even bother? Because people who are checking it out because they're Magnum PI fans...
They're not going to like it.
They're not going to recognize anything about it. Like you were saying... The millennial generation doesn't know who the fuck Magnum PI is for the most part.
And if they do know what it is, they're like, oh, they're redoing that crappy-ass old TV show, blah, 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 and probably not even check it out because Magnum PI. It's the new 3DS of television.
This just drives me fucking... It drives me... Dude, what pisses me off about this is on Hollywood, there are so many brilliant pieces of fiction sitting on desks that are not getting made.
They're getting passed over for this
They're getting passed over for fucking Magnum PI and Rush Hour and fucking Lethal Weapon and MacGyver. And seriously, go fuck yourselves, everyone associated with all of these projects. I don't even care if they're good. Because for every fucking Magnum PI spinoff or King Arthur fucking crime syndicate, whatever the hell they're doing over there,
I don't know.
There's a Breaking Bad or a Better Call Saul sitting on a desk somewhere that's not being used because it's an original fucking property.
Yeah.
Oh, but god damn it, pisses me off.
No one's willing to take any kind of risk anymore. It's all about, numbers. They know what performed in the past. Television's done that for a long time. Movies started doing it, and then television started giving us gems like Breaking Bad, and for a while there, anything else you want to mention
is okay. Let's talk about
I hope we're not starting this cycle again.
Let's talk about the two. Well, I'll take out HBO because they're like a they're not
they're premium channel.
They're premium. They're not like channels 1 through 60. Like either super basic or basic cable. The two most well-respected current networks right now are AMC and FX. Take a look at what...
Sci-Fi's been doing pretty good.
Sci-Fi's been doing pretty good too, but AMC and FX, do you see Rush Hours? Do you see fucking MacGyver? No. It's Mad Men. It's... if they
Preacher.
Preacher. They're doing adaptations... but not bullshit reboots and remakes that are not going to attract a new audience and are going to disappoint the original audience of the thing.
And once again, they almost always have nothing to do with the original IP. Like, I guarantee you, Magnum PI is just going to have cameos like Samuel L. Jackson in early S.H.I.E.L.D. episodes. And that's it.
Yeah. Yeah, then go fuck themselves. While we're talking about spinoffs no one ever asked for, let's talk about some goddamn class, Ron. Some goddamn class.
I cannot imagine the garbage this is going to be. I'm sorry, rubbish. The rubbish that this is going to be.
If you are unfamiliar, Class.
Then your life is much better than ours.
We're about to melt your brain by how lame this is. Class is a spinoff of Doctor Who, starring the students of Clara Oswald.
Yeah, you heard that right.
Not K9.
Nope.
Not the Cybermen.
Not Cybermen.
Not Davros.
Not Unit. Not a Torchwood reboot. No. That'd be good television. We can't have that. No, we gotta have fucking Class. It's not even an original name. It's a class, and they called it Class, and it has none.
Doctor Who is one of the coolest titles ever, and the title of the spinoff, Torchwood, was a fucking
anagram. Is
Anagram.
that the right word?
Yeah.
I just pulled that out of my ass.
Like, whoever fucking thought of that didn't get paid enough money.
No.
That's fucking genius.
It's genius.
Class. Fucking Class.
And it stars a class?
Are you fucking shitting me? Are you?
I don't.
They were fucking annoying enough as it was as side characters in Doctor Who. Why would I want?
Let's give them their own show.
Stormageddon. I watched that before this, dude. You give me a 5-minute webisode every week of Corden and Stormageddon. Fuck yeah, I'd watch that.
Chasing or like running away from the Cyberman mouse thing.
Yeah,
dude.
We've come up.
Give me even you, I think, would take this over Class. Give me like 10 or 15-minute webisodes of fucking Clara flying around in the diner.
Shit, yeah, dude. Or the one I always go back to that I would love is basically kind of like an Inception type thing with Donna about how she's remembering these things and she just thinks they're stories.
Yeah. That'd be cool. And then she has the built-in defense mechanism or whatever that he gave her if she's in danger.
One of the ideas that I had when I was like thinking about that is I just think it'd be such like a brilliant like scene where she ends up she becomes a writer and she writes the stories that she had with the Doctor, and you have this fucking scene. Dude, you want to talk about melting your heart? If David Tennant goes into a book signing with Donna. Just thinking about
they already did that with David Tennant though, the book signing. But
did they?
Yeah, they did that when he was about to regenerate. Was that one of the characters he visited, or was it just after the Family of Blood? But
I can't remember. It's been so long since
remember
I've seen
the
him.
girl he was in love with or whatever? It was like her granddaughter or great granddaughter or something. They had written a book based on the diary that he was keeping.
Yeah, but seriously, fucking anything, literally anything. We've come up with 15 shows.
Unit, dude. I think Unit.
Yeah,
it would be different enough from Torchwood, but kind of along the same lines, and just done well. It would be. I think it would be pretty good.
Yeah,
it's just sitting there. Unit has.
What did the twins? Is it Oswin?
Oh yes,
dude. Right there, better.
Yeah.
Fuck. I don't understand.
But Unit has a history that goes back with Doctor Who back to the original 60s episodes.
Yeah.
He took missions from Unit. They were his quest givers.
But we could go on and on. We could have an entire fucking series dedicated to better spin-offs of Doctor Who than fucking Class. But we didn't even talk about the news. Peter Capaldi will be showing up in the premiere as the Doctor.
Because you got to get people to watch somehow. I could have told you that was going to happen well before that news ever came out. That's how you do a spinoff. You pass the torch. Yeah.
I'm shaking my head. I'm shaking my head.
Yeah, I don't know.
I could pop blood vessels over this goddamn spinoff.
I think you did.
I'm just done.
I don't get it. And to be honest, I'm at least watching the premiere.
I'm not. I'll watch the Capaldi scene. I'm not watching the fucking show.
I'm going to watch the premiere just so I can vent about it here. And it'll probably be my new favorite TV show.
Ron's top shows of 2016: Iron Fist and Class. But yeah, let's end the podcast on a positive note.
This surprised me.
Now I think you and I have actually bitched, if not at least on the Let's Plays, maybe even on the podcast, about how PlayStation Plus has had some dog shit selection for the free games these past probably year or so.
Yeah, around the time I signed up is around the time.
Thanks, Ron. You fucked it up for the rest of us, Ron. Dick. This month's free to play games on PS4: Transformers fucking Devastation,
the happiest button mashing of my life,
and the Resident Evil remaster,
which I will be downloading.
Yes, that's a fucking selection.
Yes,
not the bullshit they've been throwing out there.
Yeah,
Transformers. I don't even like Transformers really, and Devastation's a badass game. That's a fucking game you throw out for free.
Yeah, that one really kind of blew my mind. I'm surprised it wasn't Turtles after it didn't really get any good reception.
Well, no one even would want that for free.
But yeah, the Resident Evil remaster one kind of surprised me too, because that that it's a much bigger title. I would
it's
think
pretty
than
new
Devastation.
too. It hasn't been out that long. That remaster is only
Devastation was summer, probably, right? Was it last year?
Devastation.
Was that last year or this year?
It was last year because this year they made Turtles.
They made Turtles. So I mean, it's only a year old.
Yeah, Devastation was either last year or like super late 2014. I can't remember. We let's played it when it came out, so
Yes.
it's at least as old. Yeah, it would have been early last summer then, I think. Yeah, it was a great game. Highly recommend checking it out. If you have PS Plus, you'll get it for free. Resident Evil Remaster. I've actually never played any of the Resident Evil, so that might actually be kind of an interesting one to check out for our Halloween stuff.
Yeah.
We will be doing a full week-long...
Shameless plug.
Halloween... Shut up. We will be doing a full week of Halloween-related material. We haven't hammered out the schedule, but talking potentially some commentaries, maybe... maybe a little bit of that Alien Isolation Ron's so fond of.
God damn it.
I cannot wait. That's like Christmas.
Don't get me wrong. I'm excited, but I am fucking terrified of that game, that movie, anything to do with it.
And it's Alien Week, brought to you by There Will Be Expletives.
There will be a lot of expletives during isolation.
If you would like to check us out more, please like and subscribe. That gets you all of our content. We also have social media links in the description below if you're curious about our Facebook and Twitter accounts.
Facebook.
I probably should stop plugging that thing that doesn't exist anymore.
It's okay. I still put it in all the videos.
That's a shame.
Updated in like 2 years. We haven't even been doing this that long.
That's a shame. That is a truly shameless plug. If you wouldn't mind, if you know anyone else that you think might also like our content, we would greatly appreciate the share.
And why wouldn't they really?
Yeah, so much mediocre content. So much mediocre content. I'm Jeff.
I'm Ron.
We will see you guys next week, maybe. I don't even know. After that class discussion, I think I need a fucking therapist.
That's a better spinoff than Class.
Fuck you, class.